Welcome to the Safety Consultant Podcast. I am your host, Sheldon Primus, and I am going to help you with the business of becoming a safety consultant. In this week's episode, I'm just going to go over a little bit about the last part of Demystifying OSHA, and that is on training. I'm on the road this week, so the audio is a little different than you're used to. But just hang with me and we'll do this a nice quick way of going over the last part of our series of Demystifying OSHA, and we'll talk about the importance of training. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Do you want to be a safety consultant? Listen to Dr. Jay Allen of Safety FM give his experience after taking the Safety Consultant Blueprint course.
I have actually done research on different consultants and looked at different consulting courses and so on. There is a pretty fancy, very expensive consulting course that is out there. I have actually purchased the consulting course, was interested in it. It has good information, don't get me wrong. But you have a consulting course that really drives people onto focusing on safety and how to become a safety consultant. I will tell you, on your particular course, there was better information in that particular regards than the other consulting course that was more of a generalist form. But I felt like I got more information out of yours on you giving people direct path on what to do step by step. But I really think that you have a genuine good product there that can really assist people if they're interested in becoming a safety consultant.
Register for the Safety Consultant Blueprint at www.safetyconsultantblueprint.com. Enter code PODCAST for a special discount.
All right, well, welcome back to the Safety Consultant on the Road podcast this week. And I'm just going to finish up this section with Demystifying OSHA real quick. And we talked a lot about some of the things that you really need to make sure you understand for your client, which is the field operation manual. That's a big one. And you have to understand exactly how to know how to survive an OSHA audit. And that's a big one too. So those are the two things I really want to make sure that I mentioned to you as Demystifying OSHA. You want to make sure that you know how to navigate the OSHA website. So go to OSHA.gov and really search around that website to get some of your answers. You're going to have a lot of good information on that website for you. And then the last thing that I really want to make sure that I help you with is going to be on the training side. So the training side is a great source of revenue for you as a safety consultant, but you want to make sure you're doing it right. So let's start with the OSHA 10 and 30 hours. That's one of the big things that you will see a consultant do and try to sell as one of their services. And it's a good thing. You really should use that if you're going to be working with OSHA consulting. Do the 10, do the 30 hour. And I do construction and general industry, so I'll tell you the path for that. And I believe I have a episode earlier about the path to get your OSHA authorized OSHA training, and I use authorized OSHA training center to do mine. And what you have to do is, first, if you're in general industry, you have to take a 511 prerequisite course. Then after the 511 prerequisites course, then you could do 501, which is the train-to-trainer course. When you get done with that, you could be an authorized trainer for the 10 and 30-hour general industry. For construction, you do the route of the 510 course, and then after doing the 510 course, and this is the OSHA 510 course, then you could take the 500 course, and after that, you could teach the OSHA 10 and the OSHA 30-hour construction courses. You'll be the authorized instructor for that. So that's the path to get to the authorized instructor. However, I do want to let you know, though, as being an instructor, and I do this stuff a lot, you cannot use the OSHA 10 and 30 for compliance training. So when you do have those clients that are asking for the 10 and 30 hours for training, just make sure they understand that they can't do that for compliance training in lieu of training for HAZCOM, or in lieu of training for lockout, tagout, or something similar to that. so they can't do that. So you're going to end up having to educate them on that. So that means you could actually have two different types of services too. So you could have someone call you for 10 and 30 hour, you do the 10 and 30, let them know that it's not compliance training, but you could also do compliance training later on. And what you do then is you just pick a topic and do that one topic. And there's a few other things for training you should really understand. One of the things that's a big thing with training right now is OSHA's, they accept online training, but there's not one of their favorite things to do. So you're going to end up seeing when there's a online training, they're going to say that as long as you have someone who's there to be a facilitator, if you will, so if there's any questions or anything that happens that the person needs to talk to somebody, that there is someone there that is going to help them and it's going to be available for them. So OSHA is going to make sure that the records for the training will reflect that there's some comprehensive training and that it's understood by the worker. So that could be by just a regular interview, or that could be by looking at if you do post quizzes and then pre-quiz and post-quiz after your training. That's a good way of doing it. So you could verify training. But there are some documents out there. So if you were to go to OSHA.gov and you could look at one of their documents, they have two that's really good. And I don't have my computer, so I'm doing this by memory. So one of the training documents that they do have will teach you how to do a lesson plan, and it'll teach you how to do adult learning, basically. So it gives you tips for that. And so I would grab that document, go through it, get a good idea of what you need to do if you're going to be someone who's going to facilitate that training. You can have a consultant come out and do that training. Hey, why not? Give me a call. I'll go do your training and go everywhere. I am also all over the globe, but I specialize in U.S. training. But that's okay. You could have me do that for a different voice. You could have another consultant do that. You could do your own clients. That's all up to you. And so it's your preference there. Or let's say you're listening to this and you're not a consultant, but you are someone who's into training, then you need to get a hold of the Susan Harwood grant material. And it's not every topic out there, but it's a lot of topics. So what you would do is go to Susan Harwood grant material, and that's on OSHA.gov under training, and just look it up. You can look it up by topic, you can look it up by institution or people who did the training. And what that is OSHA has available grant money for nonprofits and tribal nations, and a few other groups, but mostly nonprofit and tribal nations. So therefore, when they apply and if they get accepted for the Susan Harwood grant material, OSHA will then give them money and funding to do research and to give pretty much a full course for whatever the selected targeted topic is. And the caveat to receiving this money is that you have to provide this information to OSHA as well. So OSHA has a category, a library of courses. So I would go ahead and jump on those Susan Harwood material, use that for training my people. I would confer with the standard. You got to do that, right? You got to confer with the standard and make sure that you are following the standard's guidelines for training. And if you don't know how to do that or what to look for, OSHA has another publication out there. And this publication is specifically for helping you with training and knowing what is required and in what interval if there is a requirement for a training curriculum, it's all in there. So you're looking for that document too. I'm sorry I don't have the document number, but if you go to the OSHA.gov website and you just type in training requirements, you'll get the response you need. And they'll give it per industry too. So ag, maritime, construction, general industry. Oh, hi. I had a yawn just sneak out there. No wonder I'm on location, because you guys could tell I'm tired. I'm had a rough week. I'm in Houston right now. Yeah, but anyway, so you really want to look into that that general industry, construction, maritime, ag, all those guidelines and requirements is in that document. So you just go to OSHA.gov, and then you're going to pretty much get it all worked out over there, all right? So I am truly not going to be too fancy with this recording. I got to get it up for you guys, and I really want to make sure that I give you the information that you need, and it's going to complete this series. What I'll probably do is I'll probably end up doing another version of this a little longer, and then maybe make that available to you on the website. So that's probably going to be my best alternative there. So just remember, this is going to end the Demystifying OSHA series. So next week I'm going to pull out something else. I might go back with an interview or do something. I'll be back. I think I should be back home. No, I won't be back home. I'll still be in Houston next week. But we'll work something out, and I'll make it a better episode for you. So thanks for bearing with me to this one. And again, I would refer you right back to that OSHA.gov website. And on that website, it's going to give you all the information you need. If you're typing in training, do it that way, and you could find all the training requirements there. There's some things, before I go, let me tell you this. There's publications that you could get on the OSHA website for free. So just go under publication tab, and you could get up to 5 things, 5 copies of each thing, and they're going to send it right to you. So go ahead and send away for that as well, and you could use that for material and for training. You could also download some of those publications and what they call quick cards, and use those quick cards as your handouts for your students. So that's a good way also to make sure that your students get compliance information for training. And it is going to be something that OSHA will definitely like. They like seeing that you are using those things because they have it up there for compliance assistance. All right, so have a great rest of your week. I am going to see you guys on next Monday, so enjoy, and I will come back with a longer episode. So go out there and get your training in.